Hello, Leanne from More Than Talk Speech and Language Therapy, and I am going to talk about commenting and how commenting on your child's play is such a fantastic strategy to help children learn and develop their language. So, no surprise that children learn through listening. And if we, as the adults, can keep our language simple, we're going to make it so much easier for our children to develop their language. So I'm going to give you some of my top tips on how you can make comments on a child's play, some things to do and maybe some things to avoid. So the first tip that I'm going to give you is the 5-finger rule, okay? So we go comment, 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 and then a question. So always try and make more comments than you can questions. So often in our interaction with children, we ask so many questions and we make very, very few comments. And actually what is more useful for children when they're learning language is to have a bit more of a balance. So actually trying to make more comments and ask less questions is so much more helpful for children learning language. Now, the reason for this is if, for example, a child is struggling to develop their vocabulary and their sentence structures, or their understanding isn't quite there yet, if you say to them, "Oh, what shall we do next?" or "Oh, where are you going to put Teddy?" or "Oh, what will we do?" Quite often the child isn't able to maybe understand the question first of all, but hasn't developed the language skills so they're able to reply to you. So what happens then, you ask the child the question and you don't get a response because the child hasn't got the language there. So rather than asking a question, simply commenting on what you're doing or what the child is doing while they're doing it is really going to help them learn the language. It's such a fantastic strategy and one that's really powerful and works really well. So rather than saying, "Oh, what's that?" you could simply say, "Oh, you've got the big Teddy." And rather than saying, "Oh, what is Teddy doing?" you could say, "Oh, Teddy is sleeping. Oh, look, Teddy is hungry. Oh, Teddy is eating." So you can think about how you can change your questions into comments. And it sounds simple, but actually it's quite hard. But the more you practice doing it, the more and more natural it will become. So just to go back to that, so comment, 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 question. High fives. Okay, so the other top tip around commenting on a child's play is always talking about the here and the now. So don't talk about what you did yesterday or what you're going to be doing later in the day or next week or what have you. Talk about what the child is doing in the here and the now. So if a child is playing with a tea set, you could say, "Oh, pouring the water." "Stir the tea." "Oh, it's hot. Blow it." So you're talking about what the child is doing in that moment while they're doing it. Okay, now the other top tip would be for me to say to you, keep it short and simple. So if you say, "Oh wow, look at that teapot, isn't it big and that water must be so hot. Oh, let's pour the water now and stir the cup so fast." It's too much language in one go, and what we really want to be able to do is provide the opportunity for children to listen and copy back the language that we're modelling. And if we use really long, complicated sentences, there's just no way the child's going to be able to copy it back. So instead, match your language level with that of the child. So just use some short, simple sentences, such as, "You're cutting the sandwich," or "Eating sandwich. Sandwich is delicious." So short, simple sentences. And really they are my top tips for you. So just to go through those again. So the first one would be, remember the 5-finger rule. So comment, 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 question. Okay, so try and make more comments and ask less questions. Top tip number 2. Try to avoid asking questions. So remember, for children who are struggling to learn language, rather than asking them a question and having no response, actually just commenting is a way better strategy to help the child learn more words. And then my third top tip to you is making sure you are matching your language to that of the child's. So try and use nice, short and simple sentences about what the child is doing while they're doing it. Okay, so have a go. Try spending just 10 minutes every day and comment on what your child is doing. And I'd love to hear how you get on. Okay, thank you.